Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. One of the main things people look for when buying a new cricket bat, especially when it comes to the adult range, is whether the bat has a high middle or a low middle. It's quite a tricky topic to kind of cover, simply because in general terms, people who feel that they are front foot players will go for a bat with a lower middle, and people who are back foot players or generally play back foot shots will go for a bat with a high middle. Now, what do we mean by high or low middle? So if you take this Tempesta, Gray Nichols Tempesta bat into account, this has a slightly higher middle, as you can see. So essentially the wood proportionally is distributed more towards the top end of the playing area being the face of the bat. And as you can see, the wood is generally towards the top end before it tapers off at the bottom. That would be a high middle bat. Now, what people don't take into account is not just the fact that they are front or back foot players, but it's really important to also consider where you hold the cricket bat on the handle. So if you hold the cricket bat low down and you generally tend to play front foot shots, so your cover drives, straight drives, and you're comfortable playing those shots, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need a bat which has a lower middle. Simply because when you're holding the bat low down, low on the handle, a lot of the balls you'll be striking might be towards the top end of the playing area. And when you're hitting the ball, by the time you strike it, it's hitting the top end of the playing area. Whereas if you hold the bat really high up and you have a really high grip, and you see this a lot in T20 games as well, where you want leverage, and a lot of batters are starting to hold the bat really high up to give them loads of leverage. What that means is, if you feel you're a back foot player, for example, and you're hitting shots on the back foot, your punches, your cuts, what you might tend to find is you're actually hitting them a lot lower down on the face of the bat. So you may actually need a low middle bat. So whether you're a back foot or a front foot player doesn't actually play that much into account. There are two considerations you should take into account. So the first one, as I've said, is where you hold the bat, alongside the fact that if you're a front foot or a back foot player, then you can decide what sort of middle you need. The second thing, which is more of a visual thing on the face of the bat itself, is if you look at any bat you currently have or have had in the past, just see where these sort of ball marks are on the bat. That gives you a very good idea of what sort of middle you should have on your bat. So for example, if you need a low middle bat, you will have a lot more sort of ball marks and cherry marks towards the bottom end, towards the toe of the bat. Whereas if you play a lot of balls towards the top of the bat and you have a lot of ball marks towards the top of the bat, you'll need something which has a higher middle. A lot of the brands that we stock, your Gray Nichols, Gun & Moores, etc., do have different profile of bats to choose from. So if you want something which is a high middle or a low middle, just come into our shop or just give us a ring, drop us an email, and we can always give you some options to choose from. So I hope you found that video useful. Please do subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave any comments in the section below. Thank you.